All right, so now now let's talk about the NTP client. So this one requires it requires one library, and that's the NTP client. So this library basically has a little bit more robust library in it, or functions. So if we get in here and we'll go up here and we look at the client definition. So it basically has several different ways that you can initialize it. You can set the pool server name. After you set it up, you can set up ports for it. Begin basically starts the UDP client connecting to the server, and then update will actually go out and check from the NTP client and update the time. And then you can get the day, you get the hours, the minutes, the seconds. You can set a time offset. You can set an update interval. You can get the formatted time. You can also get the epoch time, which is basically the number of seconds since January 1st, 1970. And then you can actually, what I did over here is I found this function out on the internet called get formatted date. And what it does is it uses that epoch time to actually figure out the actual date based off of that integer that comes back. And then it basically formats a string with the year, the month, and the day, and then it gets the formatted time as well and brings that back. So what we're doing here is there's some more variables that we have to set up. Again, we have to set up our SSID and password. Now we're going to use a UDP client, which we pass into the NTP time client. And that's going to initialize that. And then we're going to have some variables that we're going to use for the formatted date if we wanted to do a day stamp or time stamp. And then I just predefine that get formatted date so that we can actually call it. Now you'll notice that this time I'm actually sending in the client. And this is where I was running into problems last week when we were trying to refactor the code. Because everything was defined globally, we were running into the collisions because it had already been defined someplace else. So what I did was, this is the way you'd really want to do it for a library, is you pass in the client that you need to, or the object that you need to actually access and get data from. So our setup looks very similar. We start out by setting up the serial port, and then we connect to the Wi-Fi with the Wi-Fi begin. And then we wait till it comes back as connected. And then we're going to basically turn the time client on, so that will connect. And then we're going to set our time offset. So this way here, this is going to be +1. So if we wanted GMT, we would set this to 0. And then in our loop, we're going to basically call update and then get formatted date. And then we'll print it out and then wait a second and do it again. So I'm going to switch over here to my overhead view and make the changes to my SSID and everything. And the reason I'm doing this off screen is because I'll forget to hide it, and then who knows, will be war driving down my street. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll kick this off. He's building it. Okay, so basically now he's pulled it back. And wait, is that the same thing we should be getting here? Nope. Oh, you know what Jim did? Let's switch over to here.
Can you take us back to your screen now?
I'm not seeing the code.
Oh, sorry. Thanks for reminding me. What I did is I forgot to change the default client or the default project. So I was basically kicking off the real-time clock every time. So now let's go in here and you'll see that he's connected to the Wi-Fi address, and then he's basically returning back the date and the time every second. Now, you don't have to always constantly be in a loop doing this every second. This is just for, but whenever you need it, you can actually go out here, call timeclient.update to get the time.
Hey, Jim, that's not the right Zulu time, though.
It's not.
No, the Zulu time
It's 01 now.
is 1:25:08, 9, 10.
So you're saying it's off by 10
It's
seconds.
faster. It's faster. Okay, I'll read it. It's 01, 25, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
It's 14 seconds faster. Interesting.
Yeah.
And yours is based off of an atomic clock, right?
Yeah, I'm taking it right off my radio. Well, yeah, presumably.
So the question is that let's see here if we get anything better. 26, 13, 14, 15, we still about 10 seconds fast?
1:26:08, 09, 10, 11.
So we're
12,
like
12 seconds off. Or yeah.
And that's from NT. Well, you know what? Let me stop it here and the heck with it. You know what I don't see in here is the pool.
You're matching the net time, Jim, for some reason. I don't know why. I look at UTC time is, and it's matching exactly.
Okay. So that's the next way. That's the next way we can do it. Again, this requires Wi-Fi, right?